Well, the time is here. It is bright and early. It is before 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and we're doing the trip. We're going to Bonneville and Gill's Speed and Design F100. So on our way to Oklahoma today, we'll show you some of the sights along the way of our journey. It's gonna be a long one. We got about 28 to 30 hours going out, maybe 25, 27 coming back. So we're gonna go 2 different routes. So it's gonna be an exciting trip. Bonneville, here we come, 2022. So crossing over into Memphis, or this is Memphis, Tennessee here. Crossing over into Arkansas already. And the mighty Miss. Ole Miss. But we added the Rain-X. We definitely need it because we're going through real good rain here in Arkansas somewhere, but it's a pouring and you can't see out too much, so Rain-X is doing decent. We may need to add a little bit more. But we left at 5 a.m. this morning, and 11 and a half hours later for the first day, we made it to Oklahoma City. Time to relax just for a few minutes before we have dinner with friends, but the truck did great. We ran through some good rain. Not sure if we filmed that or not, but we hit a lot of rain through Arkansas and a little bit of Oklahoma, but safe travels. Tomorrow, make it to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Gil did great driving. Day 2 on the road. We got a little sleep last night. It was a great dinner with friends here in Oklahoma City. And Gil and I are off to Albuquerque, New Mexico today in the F100. So we probably have about 8 hours or so on the road today. Right now we start off with some rain. We drove through a lot of rain yesterday, a lot through Arkansas, some real heavy rain in a way. The Rain-X definitely came in handy. And Gil is working on a post right now for sweet patina.
That stuff really beats good, so it's helped us protect what little paint we have left. So that's a good thing. Thanks, guys. That was a great hookup.
So sweet patina, thanks for the hookup for Gil's truck. And once we get it to Bonneville, we'll get it all cleaned up with the sweet patina as well. But they really hooked him up with some goodies for the truck. So on the road today, we're going to show you some sights. We're going to stop hopefully in Amarillo, Texas, maybe Shamrock, Texas at this real cool gas station, see what other real cool stops we can do along the way. And we're going to hit the road, have several gas stops along the way, so we'll show you anything cool. Well, this is our first oil check of the drive. We're along Route 66. So you'll see some Route 66 stuff along the way across the street. I think we're in Clinton, Oklahoma. So you see a Route 66 museum over there. But Gil is just checking out the truck. We're at a fuel stop, a little break, and then back on the road. Heading, we're gonna go to Shamrock, Texas first. So Shamrock to get a picture with the truck and the historic gas station, then on Amarillo, and then Albuquerque. So I think we're out of the rain now. We drove through spotty rain showers, but continuing on. What a cool place. Along Route 66 area, historical gas station, the Conoco. It's got an old cafe here. It's in Shamrock, Texas, so if you're right off of I-40, you can stop and take a look at this. It's not even probably a quarter mile right off the highway. So where are we at now, Gil?
Shamrock, Texas. I'm sure this was a hopping place at one time, but man, it doesn't look like there's anything here.
Except the gas station.
Gas station didn't work, so I had to plug in electric.
So what are we driving down now?
What was that?
Where are we driving?
We're driving down old Route 66. Pretty cool stuff. Those old cars back there.
Yeah.
Look at that. Think anybody lives there?
I think maybe so. 'Cause there's a car that pulls in right there. May end up getting shot.
Yeah.
I got a mailbox. Okay, back on 40. So getting off of Route 66, get back on the highway here on our way to Amarillo, Texas, our next stop. But pretty cool, Shamrock, Texas. But today we are in New Mexico and we're going to share a great collection with you. But one in particular car I want to show you is the Brickyard Special. This car is amazing. We're going to give you a quick walk around and show you inside a personal collection. So we're going to get to the Brickyard Special and just the details on this. But let's show you as we're walking over some other cars in the shop.
No, you push it to start. Oh, push start. It's the same hole. Yeah. I made the tires, the wheels. You made the wheels too? Yeah. Made the tires. The tires are just like an O-ring, rubber. And I glued it together and then laid it down and turned it on the sander to make it flush. Where's that breaker? Where did he go? Yeah, there's Dumbo.
Yeah.
How did it go with it?
It sounds great, dude.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, you either lifting up or here. Let's see what it sounds like.
So we're still in Albuquerque. We're up by the tram area, just the mountains. See the tram that goes up. But this is a lookout all Albuquerque. So we're at a higher elevation here, but really pretty. Up in the mountains, the nicer homes, and just kind of looking out in the distance. Well, it's the start of a new day. We are leaving Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're back in the F100. We're gonna pull it out of the garage. And today we're gonna head into Utah, and the goal is to make it to Moab tonight, or today, get some great photos of the truck, see some great sights, and really just enjoy the day. And then tomorrow we'll be in Salt Lake City and on our way to Bonneville. So let's watch Gil pull out the truck. So we're outside of Albuquerque and heading toward Utah. Just beautiful. There's not much out here, but just the mountains, the blue skies, a few cars and us on a beautiful day. Colorado, it was beautiful, and then all of a sudden it starts looking like it is pouring, and we are heading right into it. We saw, I don't want to say a funnel cloud on the edge, but maybe a dust, what do you call it?
Dust devil.
A dust devil, but we look like we're heading right into it. Is that lightning?
Yes, it is. We're heading right towards that. Should probably rain.
Yeah, so we get to head right into that, so we may hop off and clean the windshield off and do some rain X real quick before we head into that storm and get drilled. So we'll see if we can get by this before it really lets loose. Well, we got off real quick and we pulled in this gas station, and what we find is a real cool chopped Merc. So we're gonna look at it real quick. We're somewhere in Colorado. I have no idea where we're at, but let's look at the Merc. So just tucked in under a carport out in the middle of somewhere in Colorado. Pretty cool. We're gonna get this windshield cleaned off before we run through this storm up here. And we are in it now. Wind is definitely increased and blowing across, blowing us around a little bit. But as long as one of these trailers don't blow into us, we'll make it through. You can see off there, those are mountains in the background, but you really can't see the mountains at this point. Whoa! Gil's behind the wheel, but we're getting through it. Try not to get hit. Wait till you see this view. So when in Rome, do as the Romans do. We are getting some cool photos of the truck in Utah. We're probably 45, 50 something miles outside of Moab and heading toward Moab. Beautiful area. So not only watch this on YouTube, but check out our Instagram on @Opposing Cylinders. You'll see a lot of photos from this photo shoot on there, as well as other photos from our journey. So if you like photography, check out this spot, not just on our YouTube channel, but check out our Instagram @Opposing Cylinders, as well as our website. We'll probably do a whole tour, a whole thing from our whole trip, a photo collection. That'll be on our website at opposingcylinders.com. So opposingcylinders.com, you'll see a whole kind of a journal of our trip along the way. just another impromptu photo shoot along the way. We're like 25 miles now outside of Moab. Beautiful, just beautiful. The colors continue to get better as well, with more of the red and just the oranges and so forth. So any chance we can get to get more photos and just take our time and enjoy our trip, that's what we're doing. And this truck is so photogenic as well, so the color really pops out here in the sun. But the skies out here are so much more blue. I don't think the camera is deceiving you. It is just amazing blue. Is that safe to assume, Gil? Well, we pulled off another stop. We are at Wilson Arch, or Wilson's Arch, and this place is really pretty. So we're gonna hike up there, and try to get some photos down here. But we're gonna show you a little bit of our spot walking up. Thank you. Yeah, definitely not my hiking shoes. This is tougher with carrying a GoPro in my right hand, phone in my pocket, and a big camera around my neck. What do you think?
It's beautiful. Super cool.
It'd be a heck of a place to live. So we are coming into Moab here in Utah. This is our stop for the day after 6.5 hours from Albuquerque. Beautiful. We hope you enjoyed some of our stops already, and we're going to see more. Looks like just mountains all around.
Turn left into the parking lot.
Well, we made it. Fairfield Inn and Suites. We have the mountains all around us. Get us a room, have some lunch, and we're excited for food. Day 5 begins. What is today? Wednesday. So we've been on the road for 5 days now. We had a day, kind of a break, a day and a half in Albuquerque, but Speed and Design is pulling out. We're in Moab, Utah, and we're heading to Salt Lake City today, so it's going to be a beautiful day. We're going to see more mountains and just scenery, and we're about to the salt, so let's go. Are we ready, Gil?
We're ready. We just need to map it out. Figure out where we're going. So where are we going?
Helper, Utah. So we're gonna head to Helper, Utah first. We heard Helper, Utah is all redone in the town, has a motorcycle museum, and it's all just kind of really neat old town, paint on all the stores and old hot rod garages. So I think we're about an hour or so away from there, and then from Helper, Utah, we'll head to Salt Lake City. So I think we only have, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours to Salt Lake area. Tomorrow we're going to do kind of a gathering with other cars coming in. I think the Rolling Bones cars are coming in to this guy's house/shop. So we're gonna see some hot rods before we make our way to Wendover and the hotel and the salt and so forth. So we're about to see a whole bunch of hot rods here in the next couple of days and race cars. So it'll be our first real trip here to that area. So we're going to show you a quick glimpse of the sun coming up here in Moab. So first gas stop of the day, before we really get too far out of Arches and Moab. So everywhere we go, the fuel just keeps going up. Here, 85 octane is $5.19. So $5.19 for 85. It's not even 87. So pretty crazy. Well, we're in a town of Helper, Utah. It's surrounded by just really beautiful mountains. I like the word beautiful if you haven't noticed, but neat old town. It's been redone a lot. We're gonna show you maybe some spots through here and give you a quick glimpse. A lot of neat old signs. A lot of the buildings are supposedly painted with automotive character. There's some museums here. There's a motorcycle museum. So we're gonna drive through town and maybe walk around a little bit and show you some of this as well, but take a look. Way to Salt Lake or out of Salt Lake City, make a stop here in Helper, Utah. So far, this place is really cool. We even met someone that does automotive upholstery, so Gil was all excited about that and may actually move to Nashville, Tennessee. So very cool. We're hoping to get into the motorcycle museum of Gary's and check out that, but super cool area. Helper, Utah, another real cool gas station here. There's really old vehicles throughout the whole town. I see another building. There's great artwork on all of the buildings too. So I think we're an hour and a half or so outside of Salt Lake City. So it's not a bad drive to get here. Well worth it. Everybody we've seen has waved, is so nice, very kind. We've met some great people here and we feel very welcome in Helper, Utah. I guess they're helping people, hence the name. Well, another part of Helper, Utah, we got a sneak peek view inside a motorcycle museum slash everything. This place is amazing. We're going to give you a look inside, but if you're ever in Helper, Utah, maybe see if you can't check out some of this. There's a ton of history. They sell some cool shirts, they sell some photography, some canvas paintings, pictures, and a lot of history of the town here. But we're gonna give you a quick look and just of the history of the town inside this as well. But let's give you a quick look inside here. So this sign is one of the original signs in here, has been here for years. You see all the old original brick. The place was restored over a few years, so it's all been redone. The wood floors are amazing. So they also have an Airbnb upstairs. So if you're ever coming through town, or this will be the next place that we'll stay. There's an Airbnb upstairs, or in the gas station that we took photos of, there's an Airbnb in here as well. But there are cars, so all these paintings are for sale. Just really cool inside. Shirts, but just a collectible. So if you're into old Harleys, documentation, everything on here, this is a place that you want to stop. So this motorcycle here, their father actually rode this. He was there on the day of Pearl Harbor. So this motorcycle was from Hawaii. Their father rode this at that time in Hawaii during Pearl Harbor, all that time. So you'll see original pictures. A lot of real neat signs, and we'll take you out here real quick. Oh.
magazine door. Oh yeah,
Before you.
it says danger, no smoking, all of that as you're going down the steps.
That is super cool.
That's from the coal mines door. Look how heavy duty it is. Now you can flip that light switch right there.
The first one?
No, the
Second?
Yeah,
Okay.
then now you can go in, but
That's cool.
it's nice and cool.
Wow.
So now, every single part to build a Harley Davidson is down here and it's miles of parts. But it's all organized, that's why we don't call American Pickers.
Right.
Because we don't really sell this stuff.
Well, I'm sure you don't. Well, I do my Bolt's cars, so I know how he is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then let me light up the next room, you can go in there.
All the old frames.
Old frames, old Springer front ends over here. These are worth ungodly amounts, but see, those are the tow hitches for the three-wheelers. This is 1928, how girls made breakfast and how they made dinner. But the hole in the desk is for kids to dip their pens in those days.
Wow.
This is the oldest motorcycle in the whole building, but I don't know what it is. Look how thin the brakes are.
Wow.
Looks like a bicycle frame.
It does.
There's old pedal cars and tricycles and stuff.
How long have you guys been collecting all this?
It's for years. My brother's just kind of collected this old stuff. These are from the Blue Plate Diner, Salt Lake City, 1929. Now we have restored ones of those down in Nell's Soda Shop. My brother just restored that building, the Helper Bank.
Holy cow.
Yeah, look at this. How old is this building again?
1906.
1906.
Yeah.
I like the old skis up here.
Yeah, they just need some wax.
This is so cool.
Yeah. These are Main Street light poles that came, found them in Price. We'll put them back up on one of these buildings out here. But that's the furnace that heats the radiators for upstairs.
Huh.
This is too cool.
The history is so awesome.
Wow.
That old car.
Oh, look at this old Dodge.
Yeah, that's an old wheel cover.
That old wheel cover is
I like
too
the old,
cool.
look at the old toy, that
Now
airplane
that
and
thing,
everything.
just so you know, a guy my age fixed that thing. It was flat as a pancake, and he says, I'm going to use this style called pick and file, and he brought it back to shape. There's a mint one over there that's unrestored, but I can't believe the guy saved that thing. It was flat as a pancake. You see that other plane over here somewhere?
Oh, there it is. Oh, that is the
Yeah,
coolest
those are
thing.
worth a few $100 for those metal airplanes. That's back when planes had propellers.
That is awesome.
Amazing.
Old pedal cover. See, girls go, I can't believe it was that heavy to iron clothes, but see, this unplugs, so you could plug that into the waffle machine. If you didn't have electricity, you had to iron clothes with that kind of an iron back there. Had to put it on your stove. or
Right.
something.
Oh, it is heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, and so this is all from Spring Glen down the street, the next town over. It's the Blue Hill Dairy, but they went out of business. That's when they delivered milk to your house every day. Now the government made us put these in because there's an Airbnb upstairs to make sure this will never cave in. These are all welded by coal mining guys, so it's solid.
Oh, what year is this one?
That's got to be from the teens, but I don't know what it is. I haven't researched it out. Looks like a bicycle.
But it's got like a filler tube here as well.
Yeah, that's where the gas cap would have went
Yeah.
there. Yes.
Super cool. Super cool.
Now these are all old parts from the 1930s Beehive. These are Beehive taillights. Then the 1940s Tombstone Harley taillights. Now these are the air filters for the engine, but that's what's underneath. It looks like Brillo pads.
You're supposed to wash them out with like kerosene or something back in the day. Oh, the old chrome. This is 1 year only, 1938. Little pieces of stainless steel. You have to drill holes in the fender to mount these pieces of stainless steel. So they quit making that. It's kind of a pain. If you drill a hole off at all, it would look crooked. These are neon parking signs. That's wild. A lot of old saddlebags and horns, different year bugle horns. A guy copied these to put on modern Harleys, and they had like 59 Cadillac pointy taillights. But the old ones, you could tell they didn't have light sockets. So a guy says, I'm going to make these. He spent like $12,000 on patents to put new signal lights for a new Harley.
Wow.
This is really old sign. That's Coke signs and beauty shop signs.
Super cool.
Now this is carved in the floor down here. You gotta read it upside down from the standing over there. It says Harry G. Kissamatakis. April 30, 1944 was the Reese Market upstairs. Now, the Railroad Mining Museum, if you haven't visited that, they're the ones that looked up this name to see who that was. They said that was a 14-year-old boy that carved that during World War II, but he had a sad life. I go, what happened to that kid? And they go, well, he got killed in a 3-car wreck in Los Angeles. So at least he had fun when he was a teenager.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then if you had to get out of here during Prohibition, this is the tunnels. All these buildings had like secret passageways. This was a way to get out, but now we use it for this modern sprinkler system for if it gets hot right now.
Huh. Where would that have gone? Underground
just goes
somewhere?
out to Main Street somewhere. It's probably to the post office or something. Yeah.
Just history in here. The history in
I mean, look how weird it is for a fire extinguisher. That's supposed to put out a fire on your Harley. Just a little baby fire extinguisher. And these are the police sirens. They say Harley Davidson, but they rub on your tires. That's what makes the siren go. It's not electrical.
Wow. That's so cool.
This is just so you see, this is 1938. It's called a skull dash. It looks like a human skull. It holds those speedometers in here. 1939 is the cat's eye dashboards. But this is interesting here for the speedometers. A regular speedometer has this little plate on it. This speedometer has this electrical thing. Go, what does that do? That's for police bikes. So if he was speeding, police officer pushes a button, sends electricity down there, locks the needle in place. He'll say, you get out of the car, you were doing 80 miles an hour. Now, when these sit in here, notice that some of these covers have a plug, some have the plug popped out. The ones with the plug popped out are for these police speedometers. So now, through that little hole, we press a little brass button, and it resets us back to a normal speedometer. So one button on the handlebar locks the needle in place. The one through the side releases the needle.
So the police could tell you're doing anything you...
Right, that was before they had real radar. Then here's your oil tanks, gas tanks, chain guards. You don't see these on Harleys upstairs. They go on the crash bar. So if you had to go to work and it's snowing out, it keeps your legs warm, keeps the engine heat on your legs. But if you leave that on the bike on a day like today, you're going to overheat the engine. That's why guys don't leave those on there. Now this is kind of interesting. These are for the Army bikes, different gun holders. They're not all Thompson machine guns. Some are M1 Grand rifles. Now here's a regular Harley seat. You're supposed to take this, set it where the gas tanks are on your bike. Set this on there for little babies to ride on. But look, it doesn't bolt to anything. It just sits on the gas tank. Hope the baby doesn't flip off. Then you got this seat. Here's a 1 year only 1994 Heritage Nostalgia made out of cows. Wow. Isn't that weird?
It's so weird. You gotta really know what you're looking at. I mean,
these are tons of old. Those are called kidney toolboxes for a Harley. Those are the tombstone toolboxes for a Harley. And those are early, like 1930s or 20s toolboxes. And then here's a starter pedals. You start the engine with these. So Indian is kind of a block of rubber to start. The Harleys had bicycle pedal looking deals to start your engine with. Wow. Just tons of old ignition switches and horn buttons. Just tons of old parts.
And you guys have just collected and collected and collected over
Yeah,
the
now
years.
see this stuff, just so you learn history. Helper, see these boxes?
yeah.
If you had to go to work to the coal mine, they didn't have roads, so you had to put these on the back of your donkey to get to work, and you could put your food or whatever. But see how it's not metal, it won't dig into the donkey's sides and stuff. It's all old boxes they would transport to go to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have it a lot better now, huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit better now.
Well, there's more fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
What were the little trailers here for? Like these?
This thing goes on those server cars upstairs. They'll hold like 600 pounds of weight. This one is a Union 76 from California. Goes on that three-wheeler that's by the Corvettes upstairs. Yeah. These are more tongue and groove boxes. The old school, how they manufacture them. That phone's from like 1901, I believe. It has the data here. Yeah. Yeah, 1901 November. Wow. Those are old neon office signs.
It's just amazing. Amazing.
But see, some of the old wiring is still up there. That's how they used to wire stuff way up here.
It's just amazing.
Too cool.
Yeah.
So if you stayed upstairs in the Lincoln Hotel, you had to sign this registry book. Kids don't write like this anymore, but that's how you had to sign in. That's for the Lincoln Hotel. Yeah. Now this door's noisy when you shut it. It's quiet when you open it. Like, listen to this. No smoking.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the tour and some of the history inside this amazing building. Thank you to the gentleman that gave us the tour. What a great surprise today that we were able to come into Helper, Utah and see just the collection, learn more history, but check this place out. Stop by Helper, Utah. It's worth it. It's beautiful.
You see this yellow light, they only get 26 of those with that option of this tow hitch. It didn't have the tow hitch, they made like 60 of those. And you go, why is it so weird? It's not that old, it's 1945. That's because they were mostly making army bikes. So if you see this picture, that's my dad, I was telling you that he rode these during Pearl Harbor. His first assignment was to guard the Hawaiian Bank. Then he had to wear helmets like that. You go, what kind of helmet is that? It's a piece of cloth. But you wear those inside of an army tank because it's boiling hot inside of those tanks. So you probably wore those with a headset so you're not going deaf listening to the cannon 2 inches from your head.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll show you how they use these. There's a picture in the back of this thing. So, now, you see how that hooks onto a car, the three-wheeler? You go, why are you towing it around? These were the most expensive Harleys. The reason he's towing it is gas station guys had this. So if you said, hey, could you tune up my Buick? Gas station guy goes, okay, I'll get it running. Once he gets your car running, then he hooks his three-wheeler to your back bumper. He gets back in your car, drives it to your house. Once he gets to your house, he can unhook his three-wheeler and go back to work. That's why they had the tow hitch option. They stopped making these in 1973 because cars don't have bumpers like this that you can tow the three-wheelers. All like my Camaro, it's all plastic back there now. Now this is called a service car. They got 3-speed stick shifts with reverse transmissions. Well, you go, oh, I could ride somebody on the back of that if you hold on to that, but that's not a foam seat. It's horse hairs inside of there. You're supposed to put your registration in there, not your wallet back in those days, so a police officer could see whose bike it was back in those days. These only go about 60 miles an hour. They're not fast or anything.
But it says speedy pickup.
Yeah.
And look at the trim pieces down the
that's
side.
stainless steel, so that'll never rust out. It'll always stay shiny.
That's
Tires are so old, they're all dry rot. I should put some tires in.
It's all right. Still looks good.
But the different engines are these. Anything with the fins on the top are called flathead motors. Then the first upgrade is a knucklehead. Looks like your knuckles. These are the more valuable Harleys, are the knuckleheads. That happens to be 1947. It's the last year knucklehead. 1948 is this red bike here. It has a different engine. It's called the pan head. It looks like mom's cooking pans on top. But this 1948, it's the last year of the Springer front ends. After 1948, they went to those hydraulic front ends on that white police bike. Now the next engine is this bike here, this police bike. This one's 1967. It's called a shovel head. Sort of looks like the back end of a shovel. So they call that the shovel head model.
It's amazing. And every upgrade they did probably made the bike run better. Or...
Yeah, see, that's why Indian went out of business in 1953, because they never upgraded to overhead valves. They always had these primitive lawnmower looking engines. That's all Indian ever had. Yeah.
Wow.
But Indian was first. They started in 1901. Harleys came out 1903. But they're starting to make Indians now.
Yeah.
They probably cost as much as a Harley nowadays.
They do. They're expensive. They're really expensive.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything cheap anymore.
Yeah. Got that. Oh, man.
Well, I want to buy a couple shirts. Well, we made it to Salt Lake City, and the Rollin' Bones group, all the cars are starting to roll in. Great collection. Well, we found the hotel. I was looking online, we were like, let's go back. So.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, so we intentionally came back here.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
So we got Doc McClellan here, his 5-window coupe, his awesome hot rod. And yeah, we intentionally hooked up with you guys.
Oh, fantastic.
So we're gonna go to Justin's tomorrow as well.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Have you been there before?
No. This is my first time. So this is my first time to Bonneville as far as Speed Week.
Oh.
So
you're in for a treat.
We're excited.
You really are. People are so super.
Great.
Great, great.
Car looks awesome, as always.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Just a beater.
I'll take it. You want to get rid of it? This is where all the trailers are coming in, all the race cars in the back of the hotel. So race cars, we're just checking out a few that are out, and we're going to check out this Deuce sedan that just rolled in here as well. You may have seen it on some film or other photos.
We'll get it out on the road though.
I know, it runs so darn good. Not on pavement though, I'm afraid of it because it just turns. Yes, it will. That's me under.
Well, we're in Salt Lake City here today, gathered up with all the Rolling Bones group and other hot rods in here. Really cool cars. But let's see in the parking lot just a few of the cars that we're going to be following along today before we get to the Salt. So there's a lot of race cars and other cars here as well. You'll see people everywhere ready to roll out.
She has it arranged out. This is one so it's at the house, and they told me that.
So we're excited to get on the road. We're going to show you some driving videos. Hopefully we can get alongside some of these cars as well and show you going down the road. But chance of rain tomorrow and Saturday. So hopefully the salt doesn't get too wet and we can see some cars running here as well. But if nothing else, we showed up to one heck of a car show and meeting a lot of different people, and that's what it's all about. So great day here in Salt Lake City and getting on the road. How cool is this already? We're in line with some killer cars. What a great day to be in hot rods. And one of our favorite cars is right in front of us, right, Gil?
Absolutely. Since that was built, that's been my favorite car.
So we're going to capture this. I'm going to focus on video here rather than just focus on photography, but I really want to shoot some photos too, but we're going to try to bring you some footage. don't think this is cool, then I don't know what to tell you, but we're seeing some amazing cars and everybody's just moving down the highway. I mean, moving down the highway. So if you see out, you'll see the salt. It's getting wider as we go. We're probably 81 miles from Wendover. So we're just following Tommy and his Roadster. Speed and Design did the interior in that Roadster a few years back. Precision Hot Rods built it. But we'll show you more as we go, as it continues to get wider as we get to the salt flats. But you just see mountains in the background and just a beautiful drive with hot rods. see a rest stop, people will come here and walk out on the salt. And as soon as you pass the rest stop, you're basically over here are the salt flats. You'll see the main sign and everything. You'll kind of drive down, so that's where we'll be heading. But you'll see people walking out there, and there's even there's some cars out there. There's a motorcycle out there riding on the salt, but it's blinding when you're on the salt, so super bright. Beautiful mountains in the background. Bonneville Speed. Want to see a dream property? It is beautiful. I love the word beautiful. Kevin.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
We're glad you're here.
show you inside the garage real quick. Dream garage time. Let's look at this.
I think you'll break 200.
Unreal. Want to see a dream property? You've already seen the garage, but we got the mountains in the background. Justin, amazing. I mean, just thank you for the invite to be able to come see all the cars, the people, and your place here. It is beautiful. I love the word beautiful, but I don't know how else to describe it besides beautiful and amazing. So let's take a quick look. So you got the tennis courts, we got the mountains in the background. Justin's opened up his home here. We just got cars lined up. Now you're good. Just amazing. We got Doc smiling from ear to ear too.
Isn't that amazing?
I'm just debating on which car I would dream to have the most. And, you know, if I could afford to have any of these, which one I would want. And I don't know. It would be very tough to pick out.
I get goosebumps.
I know. It'd be very tough for me to just pick out one car. Doc, can I get you on camera?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So, what do you think about this?
Oh, it is just over the top. I mean, the guy's just amazing. What he's done, what he's accumulated. You know. And he drives his stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the cool part of it.
Yeah.
It really is.
So we're miles on down the road from Salt Lake City, but in between Salt Lake City and Bonneville, Wendover, this was our stop today. So I could spend all day, all year here and just drool with everything. So we hope you enjoyed this this video on here. So we'll get more as we go, but I'm gonna take some photos along the way and try to pick out which car is my favorite, and I'm not for sure which one. So comment below which car is your favorite that we've shown from the drive-in or in the garage or parked underneath. They're all amazing. We got Gil here. Gil, what do you think?
I think think Tommy's got my top dirty. Yeah.
It's a little dirty.
The interior still looks good.
Yeah, interior still looks good. But he drives the heck out of it, right?
Absolutely.
That's one thing too, before we cut this little segment. Everybody moving down the highway, we were rolling. And we had several of these guys that were rolling past us. Now on I-80, once you get out there a little bit, it turns to 80 mile an hour. So I think we had some people passing us a little bit faster than that, just slightly. So, but these guys roll, so it'll be interesting to see how everyone rolls to Bonneville after this. I'm sitting in one of the Rolling Bones, one of the new rides. Thank you to the gentleman that let me sit in here, but we're gonna give you a look just how this, it's actually pretty roomy in here in this 3-window and sitting, but check out the chopped windshield. I'm doing it on video here. Check out the chopped windshield just sitting in here. Killer ride. Thanks for letting me sit in this car. And I could picture myself driving across country in something like this. I don't know if my back could handle it, but my mind sure could. Awesome. We'll show you the outside of this car here as well.
Push right down.
Okay, there we go. I'm gonna show you the outside of this car and what it looks like, how chopped it is. Awesome car.
Good. That worked? We want to make sure it ran. There was a lot of nasty rumors going around.
Hey Conway, you can't fit a Hemi in a car like that.
Huh?
You can't fit a Hemi in a car like that, didn't you say?
I never said that. You know when I say something stupid like that.
Well, it's time to roll to Bonneville now, so we are leaving Justin's. Again, Justin, thank you for the invite to see so many great cars. We're gonna hop on the highway here, and final destination is Bonneville. So hopefully we get some good driving photos of everybody. Thank you so much.
Kevin.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys on the salt.
Yep.
All right,
Absolutely.
talk to you later.
Thank you. Bonneville Speedway. This is it. Well, we reached our destination, Bonneville 2022. Awesome. It's a real, I guess, hot, dry air, but gas stop right before the track. And let's just take a look. This is a great gas stop with a great group of hot rods. Off in the distance we see Barrero cars. Here comes his Roadster. Game on. Game on here in Bonneville. Have a good drive. So we're just driving to the end of the road here, onto the salt. So we're going to check out the salt condition, maybe get some photos this evening, but check it out, see how dry or wet it is, the conditions. Well, we reached our destination, Bonneville Salt Flats, Speed Week 2022. We're gonna pull the F100 up here, get some photos. We're gonna get out on the salt here after a while. But beautiful, just the mountains, the salt, and we're gonna hopefully not get caked on too much. So we're in Bonneville here, Salt Flats, and we ran into someone that we want to introduce real quick that's been following our journey, and we're going to introduce yourself to Kiri.
Kiri, yep.
Kiri, where are you from, Kiri?
I'm from Auckland, New Zealand. We've come over to the States here, spent 3 weeks riding around on the Harley, enjoying the wide open spaces, the friendly people. Doesn't matter if the town's got 10 people or 1,000 people, everyone will talk to you and help you out. It's great to be here at Bonneville. It's just mind-blowing.
That's awesome. And then you've actually seen stuff on our page on opposing cylinders.
Yeah, I've been seeing the truck because I love that truck, mate.
That is awesome.
And the opposing cylinders page, just huge. I could sit there all day and look at those, mate. They're something else.
Now, are you going to watch some of the races as well, or where are you off to next?
No, we're just here. We stopped and on our way up to Salt Lake City. We're in the States for 3 weeks, so we've got to race around and have a look. We're going to Kindig tomorrow to have a look there. And then heading down through Utah and down into Arizona to Scottsdale, then
oh, you'll love that.
Back through Vegas and back to LA and then back to reality.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a safe trip, and appreciate you following the page.
It was an honor meeting you.
It was an honor meeting you as well,
sir.
Take care. Yeah.
See you later, mate.
Okay, first time on the Salt. We're braving it. Gil is driving. Gil, what's your thoughts? First time driving out here on the Salt.
Gotta be careful because there's potholes. That's about it.
We're gonna see how smooth it is, I guess, once we get out here.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Keep right.
Keep right.
Yeah, so because they'll come back this way. So we're just gonna give you, it's really packed down. We're hoping not too much cakes in. We're gonna try to take it, I say we, but Gil is gonna try to take it slow so we don't get too much caked up inside the fender wells, so we don't have to do too much cleaning and get it out. But it's very bright. Very bright and it's very hot. I think I need to get my sunglasses on. I'm not trying to look cool, but if you see me squinting, it's because everything reflects off of this salt. And it's very, very bright.
Someone helping you guys? You need stuff? You need anything?
We got some stuff coming.
All right, cool, man.
Appreciate it.
Right on.
So we're coming in the pits area. We have no idea where we're going. We're just acting like we know what we're doing. So it's not too crowded out here today. Most of the cars will be coming in tomorrow and Saturday. We see a few race cars up here. I see a couple Studebakers, and maybe some of these will all go through Tech. So Tech today and tomorrow. Kind of hear the salt crunching under our feet. And it looks almost like crystallized in spots. I feel like we're on another planet. good morning from the Salt. We're about ready to go back on the Salt Speedway. We're supposed to get some rain here today, so it is Friday morning. Pretty early in the morning today, more tech inspection, more trailers and cars coming in. We're hoping to see some of those before the rain, but there could be potentially heavy rain later today. So if that happens, it's probably going to mess up some things for tomorrow as well. So we'll end up getting back on the road, back to Tennessee, so we won't see as much racing. But again, our goal was just to get here and the experience, and we've lived it up over the last week. So it's been awesome. But we'll get back on the Salt here, hopefully before some rain, and share a little bit more with you and some of the cars in the pits. Back on the Salt, yeah. Real cloudy. We got Will with us here as well in the Prowler. So yeah, he's taking the Prowler out on the Salt. So came in from New Mexico, and we'll show you the Prowler, but we'll just give you a quick view from the back. Just the mountains all around. The mountains are just so beautiful. You'll notice out there it looks kind of brown. You think, well, it's not that white, and then you turn around and it gets just really white, and the further you go, it's just really white sand. So it's beautiful. And here's the Prowler. So time to get it salty. So we're here with Hothead Lou out of California. You may remember his green roadster that we did a trip with, donut derelicts and so forth. Now we're with his 5-window coupe, which is just as killer. He has it out on the salt today. Let's do a quick walk around of his coupe. There goes Hothead Lou. Always great to see him, and I'm always happy to see friends, especially when I don't get to see them much. So awesome. So the pits are getting busier. Tech is getting busier. You see a lot more cars, a lot more race cars, trucks, trailers. They're starting to get all lined up back in there now.
Yeah, that's where we were.
A couple streamliners.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you want them up behind? Okay, all right, go ahead. Sorry about that.
that is a wrap for Bonneville 2022. Thanks to Will for giving me a ride. We're riding into Prowler now, so how many Prowlers do you see on the salt? But we're heading back to Albuquerque, so back to New Mexico, back to Tennessee, and back to Ohio. But it was an amazing journey here to Bonneville, the Salt Flats. We're now off the salt and a little bit more to do, but back home. So thanks for watching this episode, our whole journey. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to our channel, hit the like button. Check out our website as well at opposingcylinders.com. Check out all the latest listings for sale. And until next time, we'll see you again.